Hey, what's up, guys? It's Andrew Olsentowski. I'm back with my fight day predictions for UFC Fight Night, Whittaker versus the Ritter. This event goes down in less than an hour. The first prelim fight will start. It's going down on Saturday, July 26, 2025. Prelims begin at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going down from Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates. So, again, pretty good card, guys. Pretty good card. At least, I don't know. Like I said, it's better than your typical fight night. But let's get into it, guys. I'm going to give you my fight day predictions. I made a prediction video over a month ago, and some of these fights aren't covered. Martin Buday against Marcus Buchecha. Marcus Buchecha, he's coming over from the one promotion, and again, always highly questionable when he's got a bunch of first round finishes. 35 years old, heavyweight. I don't think they should have cut Ribas to Spain. I mean, I thought he was a good heavyweight prospect, even though he was older like Marcus Buchecha is. And he was a stand-up fighter. But again, with this guy, 5-1, not a whole lot of MMA experience. Obviously a great jiu-jitsu guy, Martin Buday. 2-fight winning streak, 30. But this Buday doesn't really strike me as somebody that's going to pan out in the promotion. But, you know, we're looking at the odds here. Buchecha, minus 225, and it's just, I don't know, man, unless he gets the finish. I think I'm going to side with Buday here, man. It's just really hard trusting a guy to come over and fight in a big promotion like the UFC and get a first-round finish, because if he doesn't get a first-round finish, he's probably going to lose a decision. Again, I was flip-flopping on my pick here, but I'm going to side with Buday. Muhammad Yahya against Stephen Nguyen. Yahya, 2-fight losing streak, lost to Kyle Fernandez, lost to Trevor Peak. He's almost a 4-1 underdog. I'm going to side with Stephen Nguyen. But again, not a super lot of confidence on this pick. He's on a 1-fight losing streak, 32 years old. Hasn't fought in a year and a half. Aslan against Billy Elikana. I think he lost to Bogdan, who's also fighting on this card. He did. Lost in January earlier this year. Again, he took it on short notice, but he didn't really look that good in that fight, honestly. Kind of gassed, but again, it was on short notice. Aslan, again, I got his last fight wrong. I thought he was going to beat Ian Cutelaba. Cutelaba beats him. But, he's been good up until that point, and he's probably going to get past Billy here. But who knows? Billy with a full training camp, this might really be a striker's delight here. I'm going to side with Aslan, but it won't surprise me if Billy can get this done. Amanda Ribas against Tabitha Ricci. Again, hard to really trust Ricci in this spot. Minus 170. Tabitha Ricci, she's also coming off a loss, I believe. Yes, to Yan Jordan. We know how good Yan Jordan is. Really hard to beat her. And again, I think Ricci might have reached her ceiling here. Ribas, again, she was a favorite in that Mackenzie Dern fight. I had Dern. It's really hard to trust where she's at. She's coming off two losses. Just don't think she's ever going to be a real championship contender at 115. I don't think either of these girls will be. I'm going to pick Ribas, but again, not a lot of confidence. Damon Blackshear against Davy Grant. I'm not counting out Davy Grant anymore, man. He's on a 1-fight winning streak, 39 years old. Nice win over Ramon Taveras. Lost to Daniel Marcos by split decision before that. And again, you look at a lot of his losses are by split decision. You know, and he's got some nice finishes on his record. Asansao, Luis Smoka, Jonathan Martinez. I mean, so again, I think the guy's taking his training and his training camp seriously now. Damon Blackshear, 3-fight winning streak. Props to him. Ever since Montel Jackson knocked him out quickly, he's beat Cody Stamann, Cody Gibson, Alatang. All good wins, man. He's a great grappler. So Grant's gonna have the stand-up advantage. Blackshear's gonna have the ground advantage. Blackshear's a 3.5 to 1 favorite. It's, again, don't know how you can trust a guy like that in that spot, but I'm gonna pick Davey Grant for the upset. Muslim Salikov against Carlos Leal. Again, I don't think we're gonna see Muslim Salikov getting any win tonight or today. He keeps pulling off wins, man. He's coming off a win over Song and Ponzinibbio. That Ponzinibbio one was really close last summer. That was about a year ago. And Leal, this guy looks like a force to be reckoned with, man. You know, again, lost a controversial fight to Fakhretdinov, and then again he just destroyed Alex Morano. So again, I think the UFC is pretty high on Carlos Leal here, and I'm gonna pick Leal. Bryce Mitchell against Syed Nurmagomedov. I'm gonna go with Mitchell here. Again, he's cutting down a bantamweight for the first time. Syed, 1-fight losing streak. He just doesn't fight often enough in the UFC. Lost to Vinicius Oliveira, and that was a nice fight. Beat Gafarov. Like I said, I don't think he's going to sub Mitchell, but Mitchell has been subbed. But you would think Mitchell would have the better grappling here. Let's see how Mitchell looks in his new weight class. Again, this guy's never evolved his striking or anything like that. We kind of know what he's going to be at this point. He might not even be in the UFC much longer. Lost to Gene Silva, beat Kronger. But again, this guy might not really be in the UFC too much longer if he can't cut it in one of these weight classes. I'm going to pick Bryce Mitchell, but again, it won't surprise me if Syed Nurmagomedov pulls this off. Nikita Krylov against Bogdan Guskov. Again, looking at the stare downs at the weigh-ins, ceremonial weigh-ins, Bogdan doesn't look that confident to me, and that's not why I'm not picking him here. But he's kind of like, to me, conceding that okay, he's finally going to meet somebody in the UFC that is probably better than him. Nikita's got a lot of fights. Great grappling ability and he has some power in his strikes too, man. And he just played that game with Reyes where I think he thought he was going to knock Reyes out, and Reyes caught him and put him down. But again, you look at a lot of his wins. I mean, he's got some great wins on his resume, and I'm going to pick Nikita Krylov here to pick up the win. Asu Almabayev against Jose Ochoa. Again, this fight is like a pick'em. So I'm going to side with Almabayev here. Again, Ochoa looked a little bigger at the weigh-ins. But this is a pretty big step up in competition here. Almabayev, he's coming off a loss to Manel Kopp. Did not look good in that fight. He was running around. Again, Kopp did have a couple fouls or eye pokes in that fight, but he just was not looking good, man. Kopp was definitely getting the better of him. So, hard to know what we're going to get here. I'm going to pick Almabayev. But, again, I understand people taking Ochoa. Shara Magomedov against Marc-Andre Barriault. I think Magomedov's going to put him down. Barriault's probably going to try to strike with him. Again, Shara is probably going to test his chin. Move around the octagon. Stay light on his feet. I think he's probably going to put Barriault down, but again, really hard to... I just don't think Shara is a top guy at 185. Barriault, he's kind of older in his career now, but I'm going to pick Shara. Peter Yan against Marcus McGee. Both guys look in great shape. Again, I think the odds are way off on this fight. McGee, I think he deserves more respect than what he's getting. I can see it probably being a 29-28 for Yan here. But again, it's a 3-round fight. Can never trust that type of juice on Yan, but I still think Yan's a good fighter. But again, McGee's shown that he's a force to be reckoned with in the bantamweight division, man. So it's good to see a new face up there, getting a big step up in competition here against Peter Yan. But I'm gonna side with Yan here. Robert Whittaker against Rainer de Ritter. And I'm going to side with the underdog here in de Ritter, man. Again, He's got a big reach advantage on him. 6'4", 78. 6'4" in height, 78-inch reach. So again, he's got a 4.5-inch reach and a 4-inch height advantage. They're both 34 years old. Whittaker obviously coming off that loss to Khamzat Chimaev. And De Ridder's on a 3-fight UFC winning streak. But again, I want to see how their speeds align. I mean, I kind of expect Whittaker to be slightly faster, but let's see, man. I mean, De Ridder is really confident in this fight. And, you know, he wants to be ready for that middleweight title fight next month in case anybody pulls out. So I like the confidence from the guy, man. You know, the guy's talking about wanting to fight better competition, go for the middleweight belt. Whittaker, he's already reached that. And, you know, he's fought for the belt after he's lost it. But again, he's never reclaimed the belt. And I still respect the drive and motivation from him. And the fact that he's still competing in the middleweight division, even 6 years removed from losing that middleweight belt. So again, man, that's a lot of respect. And Robert Whittaker is definitely a future UFC Hall of Famer. So, but again, I'm going to side with De Ridder here. Won't surprise me if Whittaker pulls off a decision win or something like that. But I'm going to go with the upset here and pick De Ridder. So again, guys, my picks: De Ridder, Yan, Magomedov, Almabayev, Krylov, Mitchell, Leal, Grant, Ribas, Aslan, Nguyen, and I'm going to pick Buday here.